This is the Calvert River crossing on the Savannah Way, heading from Hell's Gate over to 7 Emu Station. Coming down from that end, you would never realize that all of this was here. There's some pretty big holes hiding in there. You see how much water is underground here. It's just seeping through. None of this is visible from the other side. You can't really tell what you're getting into. A few people have definitely been bogged in here, maybe even the grader. That's the one you really have to worry about, because that'll take your whole vehicle in with it. So this is kind of the start of our Northern Territory adventure right now. We're camped at a place called Fulsh River, right near the turnoff that you take to go into 7 Emu Station. Just before you get into the homestead, there is a crossing across the Robinson River. And if you go on YouTube, you see all these scary videos of people, you know, up to their bonnet, and it's this rocky monstrosity, and you're bouncing along and all of that. All of that is a thing of the past, my friends, because this year they have a causeway, a cement causeway going across the thing. So I'd actually emailed 7 Emu to see what's the state of your river crossing to get into the station. And they said, well, it looks pretty dangerous at the moment. It's a cement causeway and it's about ankle deep. So you should be okay. The roads at 7 Emu are quite good. Bit of bull dust as you head down toward the river mouth if you're heading down all the way that way to go fishing, but some of these roads are better than the Savannah way.
Down in the water I lay, under the river's clay, for to hear me. I have walked and I am tired.
Had a bear come up and try to grab at this thing, but yeah, I think it was just a baby. The really cool thing about this place is their dunny. We're in campsite number 4, as you can see. A drop loo there, but the really interesting thing is when you walk in, your head is about a foot away from a very well patronized paper wasp nest. When you're in there doing your business, they don't bother you. At least they haven't yet. That's good news. But 7 Emu is an amazing place. If you get a chance, there's a wonderful gentleman here that runs a place called Frank Shadforth, and Frank Shadforth's father, back in 1953, an Aboriginal man, bought this station outright, which is pretty unusual in Australia in 1953. Willie Shadforth, that was Frank's father. And Frank is still around. He's kind of semi-retired from, you know, all the cattle mustering and all that hard physical stuff. He does little tours, and so he'll come around to your campsite and pick you up and drive you through the country and show you different bush tuckers and talk about the history of the place. And I didn't film any of that because that's part of his livelihood. He does get paid for these trips, so I didn't want to disrespect him by filming any of that. I find when you're filming people, you're not really listening to them properly, and Frank is definitely worth listening to. That man's got some excellent stories and really, really wonderful man to meet. It does help to have a boat. If you come to 7 Emu Station and you're a keen fisher person, you can fish for bear from the banks here as well. There's a couple of places you can do it. More than a couple, actually. I love this place, man. if it's the best way, but we're finding it a convenient way to see everything is just to book into the LC National Park Jaunt campground. And they have designated sites there, numbered and all that. So this is the Mataranka thermal pool, and a little bit nicer through there, and then it opens out, and there's a couple of hundred people down there. There's a freshwater mussel shell or two down in the middle of it. Bit of morning exercise today. Just having a stroll up to the upper pool at Edith Falls. Nice little national park. This is usually the point at which YouTube types say something like, "My, this is what the cherry trees will do today." This is such a good idea. When you're at the upper pools at Edith Falls, you see a lot of people hopping around on slippery algae-covered rocks and things, and you just know that a few of them are going to cut their feet open or twist an ankle or fall on their head or something. Having an emergency phone like this really close by is a super idea. Really good idea. I love that. This lovely little spot here is called Bamboo Creek, just around the corner. This is the mighty Daly River. We're just staying in a place called, it used to be called Lee and Jenny's Bush Camp. I think it's called the Daly River Bush Camp these days. There's kind of sort of almost steps there that lead down to there where you can fall in the water and get eaten by a croc, or fish for berra if you are so inclined. Most people fish, yeah, maybe off ledges there and things. So it's really exciting to be finally at the Daly River. I've been wanting to get to this place for a long time. We don't have a boat, so if I'm going to get any barramundi at all, which is only marginally likely, given my past history, come down here at sunset and throw the line in. We've come from the Fraser Coast of Queensland, up through a place called Pike's Crossing, Acuna Camp, I think it is, up into Winton, stayed at the Long Water Hole there. Went up to Hell's Gate Roadhouse, and then we tackled that ugly corrugated bit of dirt between Hell's Gate Roadhouse and Borroloola in the territory. And yeah, we're still intact. Nothing fell apart that we know of. A beautiful kite right here. Very, very attractive. He's checking me out. He's not overly worried. I am about 2.5 meters away from this guy. Alas, not a single cherubim in Bamboo Creek off the Daly River this afternoon. I was speaking to a fellow who has a boat, who came down here. I think he's been here for a while. And he said he went about 9 kilometers down the Daly and came back. No barra, no mangrove jack, no sooty grunter. A couple of catfish and a bull shark. That's all they caught. So yeah, fishing on the Daly. I don't even know if it's worth putting my line out. Maybe at sunset for 15 minutes, have a few tosses with the stick bait and see what happens. But yeah, fishing around Australia, you know, it's not 1951 anymore. We can't guarantee that we'll catch something. These are the best things, man. Silver screen, insulated, covers 3 windows. No, once again, I have no affiliation with them, and they have not paid me to say that. I just like it because they work. Stuff that works in the real world. So this is called the, what's it called? Litchfield Bush Sites, I believe it is. Just on the west side of Litchfield National Park. So if you're coming from Darwin, you go past, I think it's Walker Creek, Campground, and a few other places. I like places that give you a bit of peace and serenity, and you don't have to listen to other people's dogs bark and kids yap and old people get drunk around the fire and laugh at things that aren't very funny. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah, your typical camper. I guess because it's the most popular location in Litchfield National Park, it's pretty civilized out here. Bridges and walkways and viewpoints and all the rest of it. If you do come to Wangi Falls, and I recommend that you do, get here early. We got here about 10 o'clock, which isn't really early, but there were only 4 or 5 people down at the main area. Did the loop walk, took about an hour, maybe a bit less. And there's absolutely every bloke, and there's a dog, and 14 pool noodles and everything down there now. So Wangi Falls has a bit of a loop walk you can do clockwise or anti-clockwise. Pretty nice track. Well done, whoever put this in. There is some beautiful water down there. Really, really crystal clear. You end up toppling over the Wangi Falls. This cane grass brings back fond memories of month-long treks through the Kimberley.